This is the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Son of Beast and Terry Crews here. This is the postseason of the NHL 25.
Hey everybody, Son of Beast and Test 2 back for another Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. This time, as we're finishing up for our final part of the game, we've got the Blues facing against the Winnipeg Jets back at Canada's Life Century for Game 2. The last part of the game, as we've seen, the Winnipeg Jets knock down the St. Louis Blues as they're up in a series 1-0 over St. Louis. But the question is, can the St. Louis Blues come back to win this part of the game, or will the Winnipeg Jets knock them out for a 2-0 game right on a section? And now for our next take of the commentary, I have one of our big takes here to show what's happening from their big days to the other. And this time, as I will send it over to the next commentators I have, is Fan along with the other cones as well. And this time, this goes to one of our big takes here. To welcome in is Rogers. And finally, with our third and a center ice, I give a warm welcome to all you know for Tyler Beast for into center ice. And with our special guest coming on their way, this time it will be Clover to go right to the other side of it, as you will be coming in to step in for the game in the second period. And we'll see you all later, everybody, for our post-game show once this game is completed. This is going to be amazing. Of course it is. Everything is going to happen with that. And believe it or not, it's game time. Let's get this one going. Alright folks, we'll see you all later. Let's get going. The final game of the first day. Blues, Jets, next on EA Sports. It's a big night here back at Canada's Life Century. I'm Rogers and I'm here with my broadcast partner with Fan. And joining us in the center ice is Tyler Beats. It's Game 2 here at Central Canada's Life Century as the Jets face on against the Blues in the second game. We are ready and get started. Here we go as it's ready to get this thing on as we are on our way down and ready to go. Right now, Maloney will start things over right toward the wing as he will fire that one around the net. Looks over now trying to go backward toward the wing as he will kick it out. The rebound puts it in by Vucevic. Steps over to Caillou, now when he does. The rebound puts in by Winnipeg Jets, and this one puts a rebound by St. Louis. Scheifele rolls around net. And he'll set it over now, trying to give over to DeMello, finding Morrissey as he sets to Scheifele. Scheifele looks at DeMello. DeMello chance now finding Morrissey as he sets it over to Scheifele. Scheifele looking over again, and Morrissey's pass is broken up. Now Jets will have it, and it's DeMello right toward the wing. He'll make his way across the other side of the zone. Now finding Scheifele. Scheifele cuts it in right toward the middle as he will fire that one right around net. Behind the group cage is right now Morrissey sets it over. Sets the pass to Perfetti, looks at DeMello. DeMello pass, looks to Morrissey. On a shot range, safe play by Joe Bennington. Perfetti now finds again to Morrissey. One time for Perfetti, stolen away by Jordan Caillou. Caillou sets over to Vucevic. Cam Fowler's right toward the wing, and this one will send over to back to Parayko. Setting over pass now finding Joseph. Joseph wins it down, and this one whoops it offside on the Blues with 18:37. Now as the players are set ready for the puck drop, still no score in the game between the Jets and the Blues. Now as the win, as this will set over to Payong. He's right toward the opposite side. He will send it over to Ellis. He looks to Sandberg. Sandberg sets it over to Namsekov. He's right toward the wing. Selling around on the other side of it is Perfetti. He sets to Payong. Payong goes to Sandberg as he gets that one passing back and forth. Perfetti shoots it, saved by Bennington. 18-17 remaining in the first period, as there's a bunch of scoring opportunity range by between 2 and only 1. Now here's the win for Kupari as he sets over to Sandberg. Sandberg looks to Payong, he finds Appleton. Appleton looks over to Sandberg as he cross-steps it. Move on, clear the net. That one stopped it by Bennington. The rebound by Sandberg is right toward the other way. Setting back into the full pressure zone for the Jets. Sandberg shoots, and he scores! Sandberg will start with his first goal of his playoff game. And now as they are on the roll, it's a look at the start. Just take a look right around with Sandberg, and he really has to play it in. Just a nice timing to make the cut. Sandberg is really doing all when he gets dead for it. On his own play, it wasn't really easy enough to have his own first goal to start from big. That went zip spurred by the goaltender as he really has that first goal. So the Jets strike into the first period, 1-0 score, as it looks like that the Jets are looking like they want to find another great goal on a good chance. Yeah, still a good chance here. I was looking at it for Pionk and their team. Well, Sabres definitely given all that he did for it. And without Chifelli's 3 goals in the playoffs on a hat trick, Sabres given all that he did. He sounded like he was going to keep on going from every point along the lane. Here's Shane, tripped him down, and the rebound by Niederreiter. He'll send it over to Sandberg, return away. On the set. A set over, pass Appleton, he scores! There's a goal for Mason Appleton. He has his first goal and playoffs up for 2. Now, when you're looking at him in the corner, what happens with the pass by Mason Appleton? That's a great goal. Courtesy is just a start off. Now makes it plainer to make it easier if he has done it a better run timing. And there's sometimes that Mason Appleton, he's really coming in from the wing. He's running for the middle. He got a nice goal right there. That's what happens with the Jets that you really have to find it out. Jets are up by 2. And this time, as they're looking for his left, and Mason Appleton to get his 3rd goal in his playoffs. Now he's off the wing. Houston Miller as he sets to Morrissey. Morrissey sets it over pass. Bulldog takes it over and he now finds again to Neighbors. Neighbors lost his angle in. The rebound by Parayko. Parayko on the chance to moving. Shots blocked. Morrissey takes it over. And now right toward the other wing.
His first goal of the playoffs, first goal of the postseason. Scored by number 54.
He looks to foul. Fowler enters into Jets territory.
There's his first goal of the game of the postseason. Assisted by number 4. Neil. Tommy goal 2:03 remaining in the first period. Dylan Sandberg, his first playoff goal, assisted by Neil Pionk in the first period at 2:03 in the playoffs.
Here we have our Sunbest. 16:39 to go. Lots of time left in this period. Still looking for another goal here to take in for the Jets, so it's still up by 3. And now as Falk will send it over net playing outside. And this redirect goes off by Hellebuck as he sends back to Miller. And here's Stanley right toward the wing. Goes the pass over to Shea-Philly and right toward the wing on the opposite side. Sets over net playing to Kyle Connor as he went down. This really took too much timing opportunity. Now happens with they're not really just shooting it off that currently. This opponent is not going to make them shoot it well. That's what Shea-Philly is trying to get them to give him all that he can. It just really makes it hard and unstoppable plays to get after it. As he went down, here's Stanley as he's right toward the wing, sets it over to Velarde. Velarde, inside, now finding Connor.
His first goal of the playoffs, first goal of the postseason, scored by number 22, Mason.
As he right over toward the wing, sets it across.
Now assisted by number 54, Dylan Sandberg.
Shot, save by Hellebuck.
And by number 62, Nino Niederreiter.
Over to Kapari.
Tommy goal, 2:34 remaining first period. Mason Appleton, his first playoff goal, assisted by Dylan Sandberg and Nino Niederreiter. And that's his career at 2:34 in the playoffs.
That one sucks it over off the goaltender, and it's back to Texier. Here's Falk right toward wing as he sets up Texier. Texier shoots, he scores! That one takes it in with their first goal for the St. Louis Blues. It doesn't really happen when most of the current takes is. As for Texier, he just makes his first goal right inside of a net. It was not really what they're changing it in for. And what you know about that, this goal is going to change oftenly, most of the times. And nothing really keeps it coming back if this needs to give a tightness on a good look. Texier gets his first goal in the playoffs. As right now, this one goes up by 1. Good as they're down by 1. And now here's Suter.
St. Louis scored his first goal in the playoffs, first goal postseason scored by number 9, Alexandre Texier.
Fouling for the loose puck.
He is assisted by number 72, Justin Falk,
And now he finds
and by
Suter.
number
Right toward
13,
the
Alexei
Texier.
Torichenko. Top
Texier
goal
goes
for
away.
St. Louis Blues, 4:46 remaining in the first
And
period.
rebounded by Nancy.
Alexandre Texier in his first playoff goal, assisted by Justin Falk, and Alexei Torichenko in the first period, 4:46 remaining in the
He
playoffs.
just really couldn't get over it on the flow. Nancy right toward the wing as he sets over to Perfetti this time. Perfetti in the middle, save up by Pennington. Perfetti looks over now, finding to Sandberg as he looks over Perfetti. Perfetti looks at the right toward in the back behind it to Nemstikov. A set off to Sandberg as he looks at Perfetti. Here's a shot for Perfetti. Read the goalpost. Ellis right toward right toward again to Mello. Mello looks to Perfetti. A set over to Sandberg on a shot. It's blocked up and it's rebounded by Ellis. He's set over now finding Perfetti. Perfetti looking over. And that one pass up, broken out. Joseph takes over. A set over to Suter. Suter looks to Holloway. Holloway. And down and it goes. It's right now the rebound puts in for the Blues. As for Sandberg, seeing the Jets are back in offense. Now this is the rebound puts in by Pareko. And he'll send a deep pass to Joseph. All over the tie. Stop by Connor Hellebuck. DeMello grabbing the rebound. This one kicks it out. It's just what they don't really take in. You know, I was not sure what he was going to ever make it through. That really is going to hurt. Flying that goaltender is not really always the key to putting in some better take. They really are bumped out, and they're not really like playing confidence afterwards. This needs to give some better chance at better use. Torinado's right toward lane now finding the Stanley. Stanley, deep the zone. Pennington sits it over now finding Neighbors. Neighbors looks to Summers and a shot saved by Colorado. And a rebound by Stanley looks over to Niederreiter. Niederreiter looks over to Appleton. Sets over to Miller. Miller right toward on the wing as this one gives over back to Appleton. Up in middle is Stanley. For the point blank shot. Hold up takes over and now Pareko sets it over. Now finding over is Umbex. Took a smash shot again. Niederreiter takes over now finding to Kapari. Now the rebound by Sembes. Looks up to Neighbors. Neighbors went down. Ellis takes it back. Trying to watch in. And this one goes with a hurt. Trying to shoot it. Saved by Pennington. Rolls over. Miller shoots for Morrissey. Saved by the play. And the roll back after him. Their rebound puts in by Eller. Morrissey looks over to DeMello and he now finds it over to Connor. Connor kicks it back out to DeMello. He looks to Morrissey. Morrissey shoots it. Redirection went off. And Connor now takes it over now back to DeMello. Morrissey holds it back. Eller's right toward the zone. And now they're back in the Blues territory. Bullardy's right toward away as he looks it over to Nancy Morrissey again to DeMello. Back to Morrissey. Morrissey sets to Bullardy. Bullardy looks to Morrissey. And now Ellers with a chance on a shot saved by Bennington. This will send up into the netting out play. Now some big chances here as we're beginning another puck drop. 2-1 to score, Winnipeg. Rolls in with the win as Pionk now finds it to Sandberg. Sandberg right toward the zone, gives to Pionk. And he sets it back to Sandberg as he looks to Appleton. Appleton looks to Pionk. Pionk looks over now to Sandberg on a shot. Score! What a step in the range! Sandberg with 2 goals in this playoff game. This was taking some good use of his energy. Sandberg was going facing over forward and being summer Bennington. There was no question of how he was taking that with a good use. This goal was going to flip for Sandberg right into his zone. If you look over again, that's a big stop, and you have the zone with the play shot. That's another deep zone for Sandberg and their team to get up by 2. Sandberg seems right on the right sort of 3-1 game as Pionk sets up another point. They really are so well at it. I mean, Sandberg's getting all that he's done, and when sometimes you think, it just doesn't make anything out of use. This really makes it a great chain off to their anybody's impression. And what they did now, very rarely are playing it over and achieving it. This really got a great goal for Dylan Sandberg with 2 goals in the playoffs. Maybe his next one is a hat trick. Now Niederreiter's right toward the wing as he sits to Sandberg right toward the opposite side. Goal for 3, saved by Binnington. Ball takes it back and now rolls it over to Shen. Shen pass all the way. Holloway shoots close, saved by Hellebuck. And only 10:51 remaining in the first period. It is a great score tightness. 3-1 game. Gustafsson wins the faceoff as Miller's right turn behind the back. And he took a right down. Hellebuck will freeze the puck in with 10:45 to go. Lot on the line here this time. And it looks like the Jets are still trying to get another goal to get right to it. Now the win, he scores. It's quick releases as he makes heaven a first playoff goal for Philip Broberg. Here's what happened with that one. This range after the faceoff puck drop, there was no standing back. This one really keeps it in with a quick timing for Broberg as he really has that first goal to put it in the net. That's what's really making a great look of a use. There's no question if nobody's covering it up. This makes it hard chain to put it in. Now it's a win for the Blues. Gives another chance to Joseph. Good stuff by Stanley as he rolls it over, now flying to Iafallo. Iafallo, who around, save by Binnington. 10:32 remaining in the first period as they'll cover things up to get it ready for another puck drop. And over now, right towards center, I have a warm welcome to give it over to Mark Scheifele, a chance, and sending over in center ice, I said a quick words to prayer. Welcome to Tyler. Thanks, folks. As for one of our big takes here for Mark Scheifele, yes, when he does for one of his own use, the better technique is a change-off to make it desirable to choose what he does. His make-off range is putting in a playoff and bounding. When sometimes happens, it makes it hard to make the change when he goes with some great takes. Sometimes there is no other ways than that. Scheifele was also picking up his 7th overall by the 2011 NHL entry draft. After being relocating from Atlanta, he now wants to show he grows up with his team to start off from Ontario hockey team of their league. And this time, they want to show it off how they did. This really is a hard one to make it.
His second goal of the playoffs, second goal of the postseason, scored by number 54, Dylan
Let's hope we don't carry anything. Back to you guys.
All assisted by number 4, Neil.
And Scheifele takes it over now, finds it to Morrissey. Oh,
and by number 22,
and it's back to the Blues. There is no stopping this play. That really almost went
so many goal, 8:36 remaining in the first period. Dylan Sandberg, his second goal of the playoffs, assisted by Neil Pionk and Mason Appleton in the first period at 8:46 in the playoffs.
He will give it over now to Canelo. Give over to Scheifele. Scheifele couldn't hold on. Rebound by Falk, and Scheifele gives it back. Scheifele goes down, and Falk goes back after it. Ellis right toward his zone as he sets to Morrissey.
St. Louis goal, his first goal of the playoffs, first goal of the postseason, scored by number 6, Philip Broberg. He's assisted by number 10, Braden Shen. Time of the goal, 9:17 remaining in the first period. Philip Broberg, his first playoff goal, assisted by Braden Shen at 9:17 remaining in the first period of the playoffs.
Here's another take, same play by Connor Hellebuck. Now here's the mellow as he'll set to Nemstikov. Nemstikov right turn the wing. Trying to look out for put trouble in. Nemstikov looks backly. And it's stopping on Broberg as Nemstikov pulls it back. Back to Nemstikov. Another hit here for the Blues. Selvish trying to hold in. And Mills, same play. Back to Nemstikov. Golsapia with 8:10 to go. That's broken up again. Hold up. Rolling in. On a stoppage, same play. Now it's back into Drider. Connor Hellebuck is giving out what he uses to make this energy live a lifetime. And this is a big struggle here, and they're really trying to get another goal to pull it back up and again. Now Sandberg straight toward wing, sets to Pionk. One time leader rider, saved by Bennington. 7:46 to go in the first period. 3-2 still the score. Now it's the win. Here's a setup for Stanley. Tries to give it over. On a pass off, Pareko takes back to Joseph. Corey Joseph's right toward the zone. What's giant save by Hellebuck. 7:30 to go in the first period as their team's on full pressure. And over now, one of our big take skier is Jake Neighbors. As right now Tyler Beast is standing by. As one of our big takes here of Jake Neighbors, he was one of our biggest Canadian players that had ever been playing on his company. With only take, it was no other chance to make anything that world of importance by the Canadian left winger. He has been playing off of his first start of his playing career here by competing with the Calgary Midgets here on the AAA, Buffalo Alberta Midgets Hockey League, and Adrian Extreme, the Alberta Major Bantam Hockey League. Their one takes in is not really always change out, but for Jake Neighbors, it makes it all a struggle in, and he does have it all with a nice take of his use. This one has a bunch of leagues that he's been able to compete here before making his draft in 2020. And now, he really makes it up onto a next step to do with their teammates and keep things staying going right to our line. I'm hoping there's a great segment here for a team of the Blues to look for Jake Neighbors, but let's see what they have. He scores! Kyle Connor takes up Stanley, and he has another playoff goal. There is no competition with Kyle Connor. He got a nice look at it because he takes 2 goals. Now this picks it up. Another great chain, 4-2. Look how much hustling that Kyle Connor did. Use his own strategy and use that time work off in the window right toward the frame. It's right toward the circle boards, and what happens with the press, it just rolls right past the Blues, the goaltender. It just makes it nice snap move. So the Blues are up by 2 this time. There only 6:51 to go in the first period. They'll do another face-off attempt here to get right into the zone. Now Pionk sits to Sandberg as he rolls the air away, finding Tominato. Over now, trying to give the pass to Gustafsson. Gustafsson's right toward wing as he will sit all around the net. Sandberg kicks it over, now finding Iafella. Pionk running outside, he will try to give some better change. Iafella shoots it wide, and it's rebounded by Joseph. Now Joseph sets it over to Holloway.
Winnipeg!
In the wing change. Joseph shot. This was
his second goal of the playoffs, first goal of the game, scored by number 81, Kyle Connor.
This looks like Phillip.
Assisted by number 55, Mark Scheifele.
It's back to Mello.
And by number 64, Logan Stanley. Celebrating goal, 13:09 remaining in the first period. Kyle Connor, his second playoff goal, assisted by Mark Scheifele and Logan Stanley at 13:09 in the first period of the playoffs.
I set off to Nemstikov. Watching Morrissey, and they go offside. 5:38 to go in the first period. Winnipeg still up by 2. Now as the win will put it in for the Blues. Allard takes it over. On a quick speed to Nemstikov. Pulls a big smackdown as Letty takes it back again to Sunvest. And a pass over to Bolduc. Bolduc's right toward wing. Right toward zone. Saved by Connor Hellebuck. He now rolls to Morrissey. Right toward the wing. And he'll fire that one around net. Find it over again to Kupari. Kupari looks over to Appleton. Appleton looks to DeMello. DeMello shoots it, saved off by Bennington. Letty takes over, now finding again to Bolduc. Bolduc in trouble. Morrissey takes over, and now this one gets back to Kupari. With some new line group changes, he will fire it around net. And Pionk sets it in, right toward in the corner. Again to Morrissey. Top of the wing here is Pionk. Appleton Sets back to Morrissey. Toward middle. Shoots it. Saved by Bennington. 4:35 remaining in the first period as they'll get their next puck in a dropping faceoff. Philly wins the faceoff as Pionk sets to Sandberg. He looks to Pionk. Now find Velarde. Velarde looks over to Sandberg. Will set the corner over to Philly. Philly moves it, saved by Bennington. Bennington's really given all what he could do. It just really didn't make too much contact to get right over it. He really pulled hard on his effort. Philly rolls over to Sandberg as he rolls to Pionk. And looks to Sandberg and now to Philly. Good poke check here for Kyrou. Now he sets over to Broberg. No penalty on the Jets. Thomas. Into a corner, Pionk trying to bury it. On a shot, safe play. Stopped by Olabach as he holds things on with only 3:48 remaining. Oh, look at that. This is what happens when Connor Olabach has just been pulling in with some huge show-up moments, and he just really makes a great save. That'll win. Robert shot blocked by Velarde. A set over to Velarde. And this will reset. No icing on the Blues or the Jets. Now Velarde's right to on his own. Gives to Namstnikov, shoots it up, saved by Bennington. 3:30 left to remain in the first period. They'll get another faceoff coming up. Officials getting set, ready for another puck drop with only 3:30 to go in the first. And Namstnikov wins the faceoff. He looks at DeMello. DeMello looks to Morrissey. Morrissey sets to DeMello. It's back to Namstnikov. Namstnikov. Morrissey shoots it. Stop the blocker again by the goalie defender. And it looks to Faska. Sets to Parayko. Right toward wings. He looks at Torpachenko. Kicked it out. Torpachenko recovers it by Texier. Fires that shot. Redirected. Goes up again. Stopped by Olabach. Oh, what a save that he's been putting in big. His from Ryan made a great use. This chain energy was really on a bad touch off. That makes a great goaltender. A lot of hard use. Now Parayko sits over to Faxka. There rebound by Kapari. And Appleton will get it through. Stopped by Bennington. He is stopped and he had a man go down and send him to the bench. Kapari shook it up already. He was trying to get his pass over, and this is the roughest kick. That was almost too close to get enough touch, and looks like Kapari's been bleed out. Now's the win, give the Blues and the Jets. It is still 4-2 game, 25/21 shots on goal. Now the win, here's Suter. Going off the lower skills, looks like we get a Tim Holloway. Tim Holloway sets it over on a shot. Saved by Olabach. It stays out. Appleton takes it over. Kapari still back out there, now finding Miller. Miller sets Appleton. Looks at Kapari. Kapari goes down. Rebound by Letty. Letty looks to Shea. Kicks back into the Blues territory. A rebound by Letty. Letty looks over to Joseph. Joseph on the carry. A pass to Suter. Shots glove saved by Olabach. Under 2 minutes remaining in the first period as we get ready for another puck shot. Now to win. Broberg shot saved by Olabach. 1:56 remaining in the first period. They're still covering in with another big attackers. Now Philly wins the faceoff as Stanley takes it over. And he passes over to Velarde. Velarde fires that one around the net. And now Falk will have it. Sets to Bolduc. Bolduc sets the pass to Broberg. And he's over now to Sunvest. Sunvest looks to neighbors as he's right in the opposite side. Fires it. Goes down! zone. What a big playoff by Morrissey. This really was a great smackdown. I was not sure about this, really kept on coming back in. Connor looks at Morrissey on a shot clock save by Bennington. 1:17 remaining in the first period. Now they're taking on another buck truck. Still looking for another goal for the Jets. Now the win for the Blues is this time it will be Kyrou right toward wing. Setting it over. The play in action on the set. Kyrou with Chambers on a shot saved by Connor. Kicks it out. And now down to a 1 minute remaining.
1 minute remaining in the first period.
Broke the stick. And this one will pull it back the other way. He was really not concerned about that. He was broken everything. Now, it plays on stick. This is really how bad it went. It turned to be a little worse than that. I mean, it's not really like a change-off difference here. This really was bumped out to make it look good. On a shot blocked up, and a rebound puts in. Here's Cam Feller. Rolls back, and now he will dump the puck out of the zone. Bianc sits it over right toward the opposite zone, finds to Ellers. Ellers fires up around net, and now over and up is Namstikov. Sandberg right toward wing as he steps over to Namstikov. Here's another shot, blocker save off by Bennington. And a rebound by the Blues. Back to Buchnevich, looks to Kyrou. Kyrou now sits to Fowler. Fowler, over it now, on the shot blocked. And this one broken up. And others will put it out the zone. And that will do it for the first period. It's only a 4-2 game. What a bet. Second period's coming up after the break. Welcome back, folks, as we're ready to get started for the second period in Winnipeg. Teams are ready. We're back on ice. Here we go. All right, fan, I have a little bit of a takeover here with some confidence. Let's see what happens with this period. How they did. Well, they've been really having a little struggle here for the first period. But sometimes what happens with the Blues definitely just have to go back. They really kept on coming back in now for some better takes at a time. They really are sure over the line, and they really got to find their way if they wanted to finish it all. This really is definitely the harder way to get right toward the back of the end. I didn't see anything that was going to happen before, but as I already mentioned it before, this is real. They really kept on flying back in again and again. They didn't really see what's going to happen, but sometimes this power range is going to keep things coming back. Thomas wins the faceoff. Fowler's shot saved me by Connor Elba. After Fowler, here's Velarde. 2-1 opportunity, stopped by Bennington. Oh, what a great stop here with only 19:10 to go. Well, this really must have taken everything. God really rolled it out of here. Wow, what a great chance. Now the Wind puts it in, now playing to get it beyond. Now sets it back over to Thomas as he rolls it again to Buchnevich. Buchnevich rolls around, now playing to Thomas, and a shot saved by Helba. Now Piant will give it over back to Sandberg. And a Sandberg pass to Namstikov as he rolls it over to Ellers. Ellers passes over. Here's Namsikov's shot on the blocker, save me. Perfetti shoots it up and high over the net. Rebound by Perfetti as he rolls into Namsikov. Here's a shot, save on a blocker by Bennington. Sandberg right to our opposite side, now playing Namsikov. Here's a shot, denied it. Ellers slips over again, now playing. One time for Bianc on the run, a backhander, stop it by Bennington. Oh, what a lot of great chance here for the Jets. Just 18:22 left. Well, this really looks like a great look, but not a clean look. But it just made a nice take on deflection. He's rolling a bit here for now. Yellow Wing gives it a chance. And as that being ended the full pressure, DeMello will take it over. A set off now for Nancy DeMello. A deeper pass over now to Millardi. Millardi sets a group over to Morrissey. And he'll give it over now for Millardi. Millardi went down. Connor takes back. Rebound by Holloway. Holloway looks over now, finding to Joseph. Joseph's right toward wing. A set over. Morrissey takes it back. And it's stick lifted. And he'll get his puck on his own. Taking shot, saved by Bennington. Kyle Connor rebounds it back. Rolls outside to Mello. Back to Connor. Morrissey looks over, now finding DeMello. DeMello went toward after it. Now he will try to give over back on again to the Blues to Broberg. And he rolls all the way. Deep set zone out. Now Appleton's right toward the wing, right behind the net in the cage. Rolls to Kupari, and it sets to Miller. Fires that shot! That misses wide! And it rolls back to Kupari, right toward the wing again to Stanley. Stanley shoots it. Miller save! Bennington back up. Miller shoots it! Blocked again by Stanley. And he rolls down finding Broberg. And it's neighbors right toward wing. Broke up by Miller. Niederreiter sets to Appleton. Appleton went down. We covered it right toward the wing as he will fire it over the own net to Kupari. Kupari passes to Niederreiter. One time Stanley shot. Save play by Bennington. Back to Bolduc. He looks to sub and he now gets it again to Kupari. Back to Niederreiter. Appleton's right toward wing. And he'll send it back the other way this time to Nemsikov. Nemsikov. Puck leaves his home. Sandberg will try to leave things group here as Letty's right turn away. St. Louis back in the offense zone. He rolls down. A rebound by Suter. Shot saved by Elabach. Just 16 minutes remaining in the second period as they'll cover things up. Get ready for another puck drop. As for official feints are going in right between the zone, I give a warm welcome to right now for a special guest, Miss Clover.
Hey folks, thank you very much for having me here. I really said that when I just see going on like in between those two, there's a little lucky range with some nice take efforts. And sometimes I really like to see what's going on with those teams.
Now, what you take here for this part of the game, and who do you think is going to win the cup?
I'm going to say now that Florida Panthers have been winning games over for the last postseason. And for most of our teams, and when I say that for one of our big takes for Florida, they've been one of the best this year. And as for the Stanley Cup final, I think the Panthers and the Stars might be the only team that might keep things down. We know that the Oilers played against the Panthers that time. There was no one reason that he's really pulling out what he did. He just couldn't get over this now. Whenever they do, they didn't really stand out that good.
And what's your take on this when we become the better golden on the trophy before the Stanley Cup?
I'm going to say Alexander Barkov, he's really all taken. And for some times, however, Barkov is one of the big plays. He's never changed in his life. And all that time movement, and I play around.
Saved by Bennington. Rebound by Connor. Stop by Bennington.
Oh, that's a lot of chances. I know that was going to change afterward. But I really mix over to the other pressure.
Scheifele wins the faceoff and he rolls to Stanley and roll over to Connor. Connor, toward wing on the mountain. One of the calls stopped by Bennington. Oh, that was just unbreakable. That's a great save.
I know, this one's impressionable. How could Bennington do something with a save? That's amazing. And look how it happened with that. Kyle Connor is looking at thing, and that save was just crazy. You know, Bennington was really on a hurry. That save was going to run around for some hard takes. It really settles down, but I've seen so many take on it, and now they're really must accuse on their own. I couldn't believe that Bennington was making a great save, but this is one of the mistakes he does.
Now Miller's right toward away, sets to Stanley. Kyle Connor right toward the opposite side, looks to Miller. Fires a shot. Bennington denies the opportunity. Just 11 seconds on the full pressure for the Jets. Scheifele wins another face-off as he rolls to get Kyle Connor. A set to Stanley, looks to Miller, and Miller looks to Stanley. Stanley, cut in motion! He wipes down! No penalty on St. Louis.
Well, that must be what the great take is for much of the defenders that really are like a bunch of traffic and chaotic control. This really must take everything out, and nobody is stopping it in. This really took some hard time off to me. And when nobody is around, that's what happens here in score.
Scheifele's pass broken up. The rebound by Kyrou as he rolls it over, now trying to give another pass opportunity. I set a play, he scores! Robert Thomas! He really makes another playoff goal, bringing a digit down by 1. You see, that one-timer motion puts in with an ice on a goal. And with that pass, this is one-time motion for Robert Thomas as he slapped that one in. Right across from the net. That's really a great play on puck on string for Jordan Kyrou as he gets his own goal. And a chance over as he's breaking up the zones. It really changed everything. When this pass rolls in, that setup goal puts for Robert Thomas as they are already down by 1.
Here's another great play. I've seen so many of them. And when I say now that when you give a one-timer shot, it's just really what they all say. You just really can't match it. If you're playing for Blues, you just need
St.
to
Louis
get the right
scores,
stuff
first
and
goal of the
shots
playoffs,
out.
first goal of the postseason, scored by number 18, Robert Thomas. He's assisted by number 25, Jordan Kyrou. Time in goal 6:23 remaining in his second period. It's Robert Thomas, his first playoff goal, assisted by Jordan Kyrou at 6:23 in the second of the playoffs.
Sets to Thomas. On the fire race about a dive play. That stays out by Connor. Look at the crayons right now. You know, Connor has been really keeping all what he did. And I think there is a big salute to that. Sunvest right toward the zone. Move around. Helped up by Connor. Now Kupari's right toward the wing as he will set things over. Now finding again Appleton. Appleton sets it over, now finding over on a pass outside. It's out zone Morrissey. Fires that shot. Save on the blocker. And it's back to Suter as he rolls it over. That's set to Appleton. Broken up by Sunvest. Hold that close to Neighbors as he rolls to Suter. On the blocking shot by DeMello. The Winnipeg Jets are on a full attack though. On the zone, glove save by Bennington. 12:18 remaining in the second period. They'll get another puck drop or another face-off. As you can see right now, there's another take here on some overrange and underrange between the St. Louis, but for the Jets, they've already been like they wanted to keep doing in a Western Conference standings. On a take, Ifala takes over. Here's it set. Going right over on a shot, and the blocker stopped by Bennington. Morrissey sets over, now playing over to DeMello. DeMello rolls it over, now playing on the pass again to Gustafsson. One time for Ifala. He brings the goalpost out of the zone. And it's set up by Stanley. Ifala. One time for Miller. Clip saved by Bennington. Now it's back to Justin Falk. 11:35 remaining in the second period. Now Foxca, shots blocked. Miller takes over, now trying to get back over the other side. Iafala. And a rebound puts in by Velarde as he looks to Iafala. Loft to Stanley, right toward the wing. And he went offside with only 11:21 remaining in the second period. They'll get another face-off coming up. As no groups has been changing to involve with, close game 4-3. Now the win puts in for the Blues as Fowler roils it off to Kyrou. Kyrou sits the times and shot's blocked. Now it's back to Pia. Rolls right back over to Velarde. Velarde's right toward wing. A set over now playing to Sandberg. Sandberg is right toward the wing, sets over to pass to Connor. Shot glove saved by Binnington. 11 minutes remain in the second period. 4-3 to score as Winnipeg gives it all. Now with our face-off coming up here from between for the Jets and the Blues. With 11 minutes nearing the midway mark. Now Pareko sets the foul. Foul looks to Vichnevich right toward the opposite side of Thomas. Thomas right toward wing, blocked the shot, covered up by Hellebuck, and this will get to be on the other chance. Back the other way, Sandberg as he rolls over to Connor. Connor rolls in. On a second chance, right toward his own, and the shot's quick patent saved by Binnington. Rolls to Thomas. And set to Kyrou. Sandberg takes it back. Kyrou sets it over. Thomas on a shot. Saved by Hellebuck. Young rolls it over. Now Sandberg's right toward wing. Gives to Kupari. Fires it around the net. Looks to Niederreiter. A side direction to DeMello on a shot. Blocker saved by Binnington. Joseph takes it over. And a set back to Shea. Shea looks to Fowler. Now it's back to Kupari. Rolls in play. No icing on the Jets. Niederreiter rebounds it again and rolls back to Morrissey. DeMello shoots it, blocked. Falk takes it over, now finding to Holloway. And now with Niederreiter now sets it back the other way, looks to DeMello. Open pass to Morrissey. Morrissey went down. Niederreiter takes over. On a chance, saved by Binnington. 9:30 left to remain in the second period as he'll settle it over now to Falk. Falk blocks out one. Falk takes the bulldog shot, saved by Hellebuck. 9:24 remain in the second period, past the midway mark. A lot of time left in this period. 87 or 80 on the passing percentage for effectiveness as they're still looking for another goal. Now it's the win for the Blues. Here's a shot. This one goes right after him, and they will hold up for Hellebuck to cover things up at 9:19 left in the second. This one was almost going to be playing in. Not only Smith and making a goal got easier. I don't see anything what's going to happen with if anything's going to change out. Amsterdam wins the face-off as Stanley's right toward the opposite side of his own. And he steps over to Miller. Miller is now finding an Amsterdam the other way. Fires up and around the net. Looks for Ellers. Now set over, now finding again. Stanley looks to Miller. Miller looks over to Stanley. Stanley sets over to Ellers this time. And look right toward the middle. But Freddy on a chance. Falk takes it over. And Broberg has that puck back. Now the Blues have their transition. And it's rebounded by Ellers. This one gives over to Miller. And he's now over to Stanley. Holding Stanley's right toward the opposite wing. Goldberg's one time. Ottoman stopped by Binnington.
This really must have made things happen. I mean, that's what Binnington's really doing for it. It's just really making it a hard change. I love his reaction. That's a big thing that everybody's been down for.
As Connor goes down, he goes the other way. Here comes Neighbors. A 2-on-1 fast break. DeMello takes over on the strike dip. And Connor sends to Scheifele. Right to our wing. We'll have to reset it here, and we'll now try to get to Perfetti. Perfetti sets it over to Scheifele. Scheifele to Morrissey. Fires that shot, saved by Binnington. 7:54 remaining in the second period. They'll cover things up to get ready for another puck drop. And off they go as they're ready to take another puck drop. It is a 4-3 game, close one. Now as the win here, Suter. Suter sets the pass over to Letty. Letty went down after it, and Thomas takes it over, finding Bucevich. The rebound by Kyle Connor. In toward move. Suter takes it over. Thomas has it back. Now to pass over to Bucevich. Looks over to Letty, and he sets over to Suter. Suter this time now finds it over to Kyrou, and he rolls it back. Here's Young, sets it over. Passes on the chin, fronts forward. Shot saved by Bennington. And a rebound by Jordan Kyrou. Avoids a spill on the tackle. And a stop it on a block by Pionk. Says under Iafallo. Iafallo now sends over to Gustafsson. He looks across to Pionk, just broken up by Holloway. Holloway racing after toward the net. Sandberg takes it over, now he'll send it over to Gustafsson. Gustafsson's right toward wing as he fires that one right around the net. Tornado back over to Gustafsson. Gustafsson and Pionk. Sandberg right toward for the wing. Over 3, saved by Bennington. 6:44 to go in the second period. They'll cover things up and get ready for an hour puck drop. A lot of allowing left here for the team as the Jets still up by 1. Down the wing. Another shoots. Blocked it. Luke Shen with the rebound. Now finds it over. Pass over to Broberg. Races right toward in the zone. Finding Joseph. That block shots by Morrissey. Morrissey over to Niederreiter. Niederreiter recovers the puck. And he'll now set back to Morrissey. Morrissey sets over to DeMello. DeMello looks to Campari. Campari. Move around to the backhander. Saved by Bennington. At 6:15 remaining a second. Goalie's going to cover it up and I'll get an R face off on its way. Campari wins the face-off, and this one rolls back to Holloway. On a fast break, Holloway. The pass broken up by DeMello, and he was sent over to Morrissey right toward the opposite side of the zone. He sets the Niederreiter right toward the wing, and he'll fire that one deep around that. Back to Campari. Campari, a kind of motion to Miller, shot saved by Bennington. Niederreiter chance, 2-time stop, and Falk takes it over.
Oh, great chance. It's still not enough to get the goaltender on that one, losing the time reaction. He just made that one a good quick off. Just a little bit. It just happens right away.
Falk back over, now finding Bolduc. And poke check by Miller. Ellers goes after him. Sunvest takes it over. On a passing shot, saved by Connor Hellebuyck. He's back over to Ellers this time. Ellers loses that one. And now a chance over now finding Namzikov. Namzikov looks over to Perfetti. Perfetti sets to Miller. Miller goes to Perfetti. On a corner to Eller, one-timer taken away with only 5 minutes left in the second. Dexier loses one. Now he rolls in again at Namzikov. Namzikov rolls in right toward the wing as he will tip it out. A over now finding to Perfetti. One time for Sandberg on a shot. Safe play by Joe Bennington. They'll get it back as Sandberg will have it. Pass to Eller. Eller shoots, saved by Bennington. 4:41 remaining in the second period. They'll get an arm face-off in the Blues territory. Still a lot of time left. 57 over 40 shots on goal. That means because the Jets are definitely shooting a right timing at their own position. It's still not going anywhere, but they're still trying to get their own goal. Just what they did happen now. I mean, what they all do for, they just got to keep moving puck back and forth. If you don't do this right, then you're going to definitely lose it out of your range, and you're not going to play successfully. Young sets it over, now finds it over to Kyle Connor, and he will send it over to Velarde. Gabe Velarde, trying to move around on a shot, saved by Bennington. He'll cover it in with only 4:14 remaining. A lot of a line here between the two. 71 over 43 hits here, with the Bucks still trying to look for more hits. Now Scheifele wins the faceoff. He now finds Sandberg, and he looks again at Pionk. Pionk shot, blocker saved by Bennington. Connor takes it out. Letty is now back to Kyrou. Kyrou, swing around a bit, saved up, and poked it out by Connor Hellebuyck. He's been really succeeding us through time often. I was really sure that this makes it a hard change, but they really just didn't seem to care for him. After all, they just really have to make it clear enough to get another good shot. Bennington's going to hold the puck in with only 3:44 to go. A lot of time left in the period. The Bucks are just saying now is there someone that goes in with the cost of a better shot as the Jets are still up by 1. One time DeMello shot, close save by Bennington. Still a lot of action here on ice. DeMello frees the puck in with only 3:37. And now they're ready to do another face-off. 25 face-off wins for Jets and 22 for the St. Louis Blues. Winnipeg wins another face-off. And he will set it over now finally to Kapari. One time for Appleton on a shot. That one redirected. Morrissey takes it back. A set over to Kapari. Sets over now to DeMello. Fires that shot. This one's blocked. Rebound by Morrissey. And behind the net will be again to Appleton. Give it over again on the other side of his own to Kapari. Kapari looks to Morrissey. And that's broken up by Falk as he sets it over to Broberg. Good poke check here as Appleton's got it. Falk in the center ice, he sets the Bulldog. Here's Bulldog. On a chance, save by Connor. He's holding it up, and they'll get ready for another puck drop here with under 3 minutes. Settled to go, ready for another puck drop. 4-3 to score, Winnipeg. Now to win for Nemsikov. Morrissey sets it over. Speeds across the line to zone now finding Nemsikov. A set pass to DeMello. He looks over to Perfetti. DeMello fires up shot, saved by Pennington. Nemsikov kicks it over back to Sandberg, and he looks over to DeMello. DeMello chance. Sandberg looks over to DeMello. He rips and throws. Blocker shot made here by Pennington. He's really like all keeping it in there. That's what Bennington's really doing it for. He just couldn't get rebounding that at the right time of speed. This really is going to make it all alone that time. He just didn't really figure what's going to be happening. Now it's Nemsikov right toward the wing in his zone. A set over to Perfetti. Get back to Nemsikov. Shot. Save play. It stays out of the zone better than that. What a great play on the goaltender.
Oh, I love that reaction. That was just amazing. And I'm looking at Bennington, that you see the puck is flying, and he just kicked that and just redirected. He punches the puck out of the zone. That was incredible.
Dave Velarde loses that one, and now Joseph takes over. Dumps the puck in his zone. The rebound by Poyon. Pionk sets it over. That one loses a balance here, and this one gives to Scheifele again to Velarde. Velarde sets over to Stanley. Over to Scheifele. And it's broken by Shen. Stanley takes it back. Now back to Miller. Miller sets it over in the puck in cross. And now in the corner now will be Velarde again, now finding over to Stanley. Stanley, cutting Manning. That whistles off. And Holloway takes it over, now back the other way. Nearing the final 60 seconds in the second period. Here's Holloway, saved up by Connor. And it's back to Fowler.
1 minute to play in the second period.
Miller sets it out of here. Now Stanley will have it his own zone. Get back to Miller. Miller sets his own time, now finding again to Connor. Number hit gear for the Blues. And Kapari shoots a save play by Bennington. All alone is Robert Thomas for 2. That one sticks out of his own. Great play by DeMello. Well, that one was really like unbelievable. This forcing is not going to make it happen if he just scores again. Now Morrissey sets it over, and he sets a pass over to Niederreiter. Deep pass to Appleton. On a spin. Backhander stop made by Bennington. He'll cover it up. Now fires it again. Now the Blues will have it. A chance to take the tie for Thomas. Thomas sets a Picheva shot saved by Connor Hellebuyck. The rebound puts it in for the Blues. On a shot. It's blocked up. Morrissey takes it over. A set over now finding to Iafella. Iafella sits over to Kusasi and a shot. And that one gloves by Bennington. We've played 2 periods this far, and we have 1 more period in action. Big saves by Bennington and Connor Hellebuyck, and a big hit here on ice. We'll get the 3rd period coming up after the break. All fueled and set to go in the 3rd period. It's fueled by passion of the Jets Nation. And here we go, the whiteout as we are finishing up the 2nd game here with the 3rd period as we're all back on ice and ready to go. Alright guys, I've been sending it over to you folks as right now. Clover, thanks for stopping by, and I hope that you will be able to enjoy this. But while we will take a look at the third period, what's your take on how she did there?
Well, passing is definitely really what I've seen, but so far, they're definitely doing so well. And sometimes you really love to see what's going on. And I say now, when you're playing like offense, you just gotta keep moving. Everybody's been playing it there so far, and when I see that they're doing it for a great take, it doesn't really matter. It just makes it easy enough to do it for anything. And for plenty of that, this makes a great goal with some successful range for the Jets. They just move around and do really well, and hey, playing it for real games is not always easy enough. I've always loved seeing things. A bad take, good and a bad and ugly. I mean, there's one team that's going to take all of the chances. So I think that the Jets might have a 2-0 series if they win it.
All right there, Claire. Thank you very much.
My time buzzers.
Darius always sends it over to Joseph. He's right toward the wing. And that pass is broken up by Perfetti. He looks over to Namsikov as he's right toward the wing. Sets over to Perfetti. Perfetti. Give the pass over to Pionk as he looks to get Ellers. Ellers this time went down. Here's one time for Sandberg in a redirection. Eller takes it back. He'll send it over, now firing again at Perfetti. Perfetti, across the over. Sets back to Ellers this time. He's behind the cage looking for room. And finding the pass. It's broken up by Joseph. Took another snap at a hit here. And a deep pass finding Perfetti. Slicks the move with a feed. And he now finds Stanley. Here's a shot for Stanley to score! Logan Stanley! He has 2 goals in the playoffs of the game. Not my watch. Logan Stanley just made a one-time effort. That's a great goal. There is no comeback to this point. You know, Logan Stanley's got a great goal, and because what he just did, it just makes it easy enough to make his own perfection. He had his first playoff goal, and now he's looking for 2 more to find out if he can get there. Like Stanley's time, he had 2 goals, but it seemed like Logan Stanley stepped really in a better place than he does for him.
Yeah, I gotta say, Logan Stanley's got great results here. The skill challenge was not always easy enough, but I gotta say, it's been very well.
Here's Miller right toward the wing. He sets it over to Niederreiter. A set over to Appleton right toward the wing on the other side of the zone. And now the rebound by Niederreiter. He sets it over to Miller. Stanley shoots and saved by Luke Bennington. Just 17:34 remaining in the third period. He'll get this thing covered up to get ready for another face-off. Jets wins another face-off as Spiller sets this to Stanley. Stanley recoups it. Go for one take. Bennington trying to deny that play here as he will cover it up with only 17:26 to go. Folks, if you're looking for your next game, we have a next one that's rise up for you. The first game will be the Battle of Ontario. That will be the Maple Leafs against the Ottawa Senators for the first game here at Scotiabank Arena. Then our next game will be happening on across the other side of the border as you'll have another look here. That means the Golden Knights against the Royals. And then after that,
second
we'll
goal
have
of the
another
playoffs, first
showdown
goal of
between
the
the Lightning
postseason,
against the
scored by
Panthers
number
back in Hollywood
64,
at 7 p.m.
Logan
And finally, the last game is the Oilers versus the Kings.
Stanley.
Here for our final part of the coverage of the presentation.
Assisted by
Afterwards,
number 91,
we'll say this. Kings and Oilers will be in that second game. And then the next game will be the Florida showdown. And the final game will be the Royals against the Golden Knights. That's going to be on the other side of it.
Time to go 2:05 remaining in the third period. Logan Stanley, his second goal of the playoffs, first goal of the postseason, assisted by Cole Perfetti and Neil Pionk at 2:05 in the third of the playoffs. St. Louis, number 76, first slashing.
Time left, and you know that Bolduc is really putting it too late here. You see that Batman, he's just been like whacked for sure.
Last year was going to be a penalty, and now the Jets are going to take it.
Jets are on the power play as they're ready to take another face-off quick drop with only under 17 minutes remaining in the third. Now the wing, in. Here's
Jet Lewis
Puerto Rico.
penalty, number 76, 2 minutes
As
for
he'll send it out of the zone, he
slushing. Summon
sets it to
penalty,
Buchanan.
16:54 remaining in the third period. That's a penalty on the St. Louis Blues. Zachary Bulldog, number 76, on the slashing. Summon penalty, 16:54 remaining in the
Sets it
third.
over, now playing to Connor as he looks at Velarde. Behind the back, Perico takes it back. And this one will now clear his own, finding it in Buchnevich. Buchnevich right to right away as he will settle along. Morrissey takes it over and he will fire around the net. Shot Philly right over toward again to Ellers. Here's Ellers, he rolls around again to Velarde. Sharply toward middle. And that one takes out by Perico. Perico sets a battle for the puck. And back to Suter it goes. Suter able to try to clear it out. And it's now Buchnevich's turn. Kyle Connor poked it for Kyle Connor. What a great take here for the Jets defense.
That's really what they were doing it for.
If he almost went a short-handed goal, that would be nothing at all. But great stop here. That must have been on Kyle Connor as he puts a lot of fast on wheels that he's doing it for. Make it done. Freddie shoots, saved by Billington. Rolls with the rebound, sets the Morrissey, and now Ifello takes it in, on a shot, for redirection, stays on the zone. Foska takes over, and he will now clear his zone out of here with 30 seconds for the Jets power play. Back to Perfetti it goes, all alone, stopped by Bennington. Foska rolls it over to Turchenko. In the zone, Kupari with the block shot, and a rebound will clear that zone out.
Bullets, penalty time is almost up.
The Jets are unable to get the power play advantage as their power play expired has already been expired. Well, the take in for Bennington, he was really not always been for setup, and this really took some hard chances. They didn't really think it was going to be hard at all, but that really must have been settled down to slow things up. They're cheering things again, but they didn't really seem to like they were going to care at all. Most considerately, they're making this another goal look proud. Now the wind puts it in for the Blues, and this one sets it back to Bulldog. He's right to right away, sets it up across the board. Big smackdown, Ellis takes it over. And now he's off to Perfetti. Lost his stick up. Goal, pad save! Oh my! He just went too late as he knocks the goalpost out of it. This was almost going to take too many times here, but that just didn't work. It really felt like I thought that was going to be another goal successful for the Jets, but it was too late. Now Perico sets it over. So he passes over to Holloway.
You know, I can hear the crowd now. It looks like they're starting to hit on Perico. It's not turning to be great indeed.
He scores! Brilliant shot! And now has his second goal of the game, unassisted by a team as the goaltender couldn't hold it.
Well, this has been a bad one here. You know what happened with the goaltender? He couldn't find it. And this one now turns it over to be Braden Shen's goal, and they're down by one quickly. You see what happened? I thought this was going to happen again, but then the pad just whipped it off. It didn't really happen at all.
Blues goal are down by one, nearing the midway mark of the period. Shifley wins the face-off, and it's now Morrissey sets it
St.
over.
Louis goal, his first goal of the postseason, first goal of the playoffs, scored by number 10, Braden Shen. Score unassisted by the team, topping the goal, 6:15 remaining in the third period. That's a goal by Braden Shen, his first playoff goal, score unassisted at 6:15 remaining in the third period of the playoffs.
One time for Connor, shot dismissed wide. Perico's right to right away. Good take by Gabe Velarde. And that shot falls down. Cam Fowler takes it over, now fighting to Holloway. Holloway lost his effort. Gabe Velarde's right to right away. On his pressure. One timer over to Philly. And it's now back to Corey Joseph. Joseph now finds the end of Holloway. On a shot blocked by Danilo. And now it's back to Kupari with the new line groups here to Danilo. I'll send it over to Niederreiter. Niederreiter loads it down. And that pass broken up by Vucevic. Sets it over, fires that one, clears out of the zone. Here comes Niederreiter, he's right toward the zone. Finding a pass over to Kapuri. That broken up here by the Blues. Thomas takes over right toward the wing. On a step rebounding, saved by Hellbuck. Appleton gets a slam right behind the net, and it's rebounded off by Ifollow. Well, it looks like the Ifollow has already been getting up here alive, but it didn't really seem like you were going to improve at all. The better take, it's just the Jets on a danger zone. They just need to get out of there on a big quick motion. And now to send to Ifollow. Ifollow looking over, now finding to Stanley. Stanley! Backhander, same play! Going right off the rim, saved by Binnington! And Binnington will give it over to Letty this time. Letty rolls it over, now finds it over to Bolduc. Bolduc moves around, now finding Suter. Suter looks to Neighbors. Neighbors sets a Suter, blocked it up. It's back to Stanley, and he rolls to Gustafsson. Gustafsson's right toward the wing. Finding pass, Bolduc takes it over, now finds it over, now on Falk. Justin Falk, watching in, shot backhander, save play by Hellbuck. Now the Jets will clear it out. Falk takes back to Bolduc. Bolduc blocks that one to dump the puck out. Rolls that over, Falk shot, oh, blocked by Miller. Miller takes a rebound, it's back the other way.
This really must have been contagion. And I think the Hellers must have had a nice block. Wow, that's just amazing. Just had a hard skills. Didn't really think it was going to happen.
10:52 remaining in the third period. Winnipeg Jets still up by 1. A lot of energy lined out there. 5-4 is the score, Winnipeg. Chambers wins the faceoff. Here's Falk to set over, and then blocked by Sandberg. And he now rolls things over. Sets over. Broberg shoots. And this one redirects. And it goes right back after it. He scores! Torpachenko, he ties it up for 5. And Winnipeg, we are down even. Well, this is the battle range afterwards. And there was Torpachenko. He just found the room. He just beats it over. And then before the net comes off. This really wasn't happening with something of the reason it is. It was a big save, but unfortunately, it just turned it over. That's a big issue here for the Jets defense. They really are backing it out. Now Scheifele wins the faceoff. He now finds Velarde. Poked it out. Scheifele takes it over. He went down after it. Scheifele rolls it. Shot glove saved by Binnington. Now Velarde will get it out of the zone. And Binnington will cover things up to get ready for another puck drop. Now here's the win for the St. Louis Blues. This Falk is right toward the opposite side of the zone. In the middle, Falk. And now it's back to Scheifele. And now it's over, now fighting over again to Sandberg. Sandberg sets to Connor. Connor slides it back, score! Kyle Connor! He makes it snappy as we're up now leading 6-5. Yes, ma'am! It's Kyle Connor! He just makes it slide back and just gets it from the goal. That's something you don't see everything. Well, when he makes it snappy, that's what happens when he gets his third playoff goal. And then the first goal in game 2. That's what happens with Kyle Connor. He's something good. Great takes afterwards here for Kyle Connor as he has his third goal in the postseason. There was no afterwards as he makes a shot. That makes it a nice chain on the effort. What sometimes you don't see is this makes it a
St.
great
Louis
goal.
his first goal of the playoffs, first goal of the postseason, scored by number 13, Alexei Torpachenko. He's assisted by number 9, Alexandre Texier. And by number 6, Philip Broberg. Time of the goal, 9:20 remaining in the third period. Alexei Torpachenko's first playoff goal, assisted by Alexandre Texier and Philip Broberg at 9:20 in the third period of the playoffs.
Backhander and he wants to try to keep the game alive already. But sometimes what you don't see is the backhander, as he already blinded up on Hellebuck, he just almost went to the precinct, so that one was almost like how bad that is. Ain't really seen things going on. I thought they were going to challenge him.
Well, this really goes back and forth this point. Past the midway mark, first it was Connor, and then Joseph. There was no optional as he was running to the air. For the lead, saved by Elba. Now DeMello will have his own chance.
His first goal of the playoffs, second goal of the postseason, scored by number 81.
The backhander takes it in, saved by Bennington.
Assisted by number 54, Stanley.
Sets to Morrissey. Fires at
Time by number 55, Mark Scheifele.
Third period as Joseph trying to look for
Time
a
to goal,
goal.
9:52 remaining in the third period. Kyle Connor, his first playoff goal, assisted by Dylan Sandberg. And Mark Scheifele at 9:52 in a third of the playoffs.
It's back in the middle. One timer for Stanley on a shot pass. Save play. Tony Dallas kicking over the puck again. And now Gustafson rolls to DeMello. DeMello sets to Stanley. Stanley looks to DeMello. DeMello looks to Niederreiter. Should save by Bennington. Gustafson rolls to Stanley. DeMello slows it back. Now Stanley went toward the opposite side. Here's a shot. Saved by Bennington. Gustafson still holds on. Niederreiter. Shots blocked.
St. Louis goal, his first goal of the playoffs, first goal of the postseason, scored by number 71, F.A.U. Joseph. He's assisted by number 81, Dylan Holloway. Time of the goaltending, 11 remaining in the first period. F.A.U. Joseph with his first playoff goal, assisted by Dylan Holloway at 10-11 in the first period of the playoffs.
And now he tries to get back over it. Easy looks to Sunbet. Easy does it with a stoppage. There's a battle going on over here right toward the net. Yeah, sometimes there is a cross-checking. I thought that was, but it didn't seem like I thought there was going to be a harder take. Nobody was standing it out that perfect. That was really a hard. Crowder, return glove save by Bennington. Hey, just denied that one for Connor for 4. Now Sandberg sets it over to Miller. Here's Velarde. He will send that one out around the net. And here's Kyle Connor. Couldn't get it over this time. Scheinfeld's rumble to take over. And he now finds Broberg. Broberg looks over to Neighbors. Neighbors toward the middle. Miller takes it back. Scheinfeld's right toward the stick handle in his own zone. Here's a setup to Kyle Connor. That goes back to Sunbest as he looks to Neighbors. Poke check here by Beyond. Rebound by Neighbors. And a save by Connor Ellebuck. He now finds it over to Sandberg. Set up pass to Velarde. Velarde. In middle, finding others. That one just goes way too out, and it will now rebounded by Sandberg. Velarde tries to go over, now fighting to Sandberg. Sandberg looks to Velarde. Goes back to Sandberg. Sandberg shoots close, save by Bennington. We're nearing the approach of the final 5 minutes in the third period. Both teams are still even. Now is it ready to take another puck drop? Here's another one to take in for between the next goal as they can feel the energy into the crowd. Tie game for 6. Taking loose wins the face of his outfield. Will send it over and pass it over. Now finding Holloway. Holloway looks it up. DeMello with the poke check here as Perfetti will try to clear it out. And now it's right toward the other wing. Off to a great hustle by Ellis. They now send to Perfetti, and to pass to Morrissey is broken up by Joseph. Mateo Joseph sets it over to Broberg. And now it's Perfetti with the pucking and handling in his own zone, back in the Blues territory. Morrissey right toward wing as he sets to DeMello. DeMello sets to Morrissey. Checks in, cutting bounding, stop made by Bennington. Ellis looks it out. Top of it, inbounding and packed. Holloway sits it over now playing to Joseph. Joseph looks to Broberg. Broberg back to Morrissey. He goes again to Perfetti. Here's another chance. Snaps the cover right to the middle and a shot. Glove save by Bennington. 5:42 to go in the third period. They'll get another face-off on our way. Who on the better night this time? I'll send it over to Tyler Beast to show how it's done with the game. I can say now, Kyle Connor's doing so on his good rhythm form. And for Mark Scheifele, he was been baiting up in this great set. His technique is putting an excellent stop to this advantage. I'm hoping there's another great take and see him make another goal for their team. Holloway's right in action. And it's now back to Morrissey as he will now send a deep pass over. It's broken up by Suter. Sets to Holloway right toward the opposite side. Joseph takes it over. Big smash down right toward the wall. DeMello, he fires his own into the Niederreiter. Niederreiter, a backhander, stop made by the goaltender. Down to the final 5 minutes, presented by Discover. Kleiber now sends it over right toward the wing. And it looks to Thomas. Chops it up, shot wide. And he will now try to get to Thomas this time. Send it over to Letty on a shot. Glove save by Hellebuyck. He's holding it big here for Hellebuyck as he's still trying to hold it on. Now they're off to set another pass up in. 89 for St. Louis, and only 81 for Winnipeg. Now Scheifele wins the puck drop, and Pionk now sends to Connor. Connor went down. Tries to roll it in. On the hustle, now finding Velarde. Here's Scheifele! Stopped by Bennington! Wow! Are you serious? That's something that you've never seen before like that.
Well, I never seen what Bennington did. That was incredible. The biggest save, the stop and deny on Mark Scheifele. He just couldn't get over this. That's just impressive.
Stopped by Bennington. Looks to Velarde. And Thomas takes it over. Rolls it out, finding Jordan Kyrou. The Jets will have it back here with only 4:10 to go. Here's Velarde, sets over to Connor. Connor shoots it, blocked up at a two Blues defender. Here's another set for Neighbors. Sliding right to her in the gut. As Miller takes it over. And over to Scheifele, he's broken up. This will be an icing on the Winnipeg Jets. We're nearing down the end of regulation. Still trying to find a leadoff score here between Winnipeg or St. Louis. Now Scheifele wins the faceoff, and now Stanley will take it over. Looks up to Kyle Connor. Connor now sends to Velarde. Velarde holding up again. Behind the back. Miller. Sends over to Morrissey. Morrissey shots blocked. The rebound by Miller. He sets it to Morrissey. Morrissey looks to Miller. Miller looks to Connor. Connor shoots. Stop by Bennington. 3:28 to go in the third period as they'll hold things in with another puck drop. Still looking for a goal to take in. It is still a tie game. Now here's the win for Morrissey. Sets to DeMello. DeMello looks over to Morrissey. And he now sets to Perfetti. Chance for play! Adlin blocked up, and now it goes for Neighbors the other way. He never just really making a response. It looks like the Blues defender must have haven't taken over this same spot. Morrissey went down as DeMello takes it over.
He just really had to do everything. There's no quitting. It just didn't work afterwards.
Off to Morrissey. Sets to DeMello. Looks back to Morrissey this time. Back to others. He moves the quick puck quickly to Amsterdam, but he looks to DeMello. Pulls to Morrissey. Morrissey. Others. Amsterdam. Keep moving the puck around here for the team. The Amsterdam shot. Score! There's the latest. Amsterdam in under 3 minutes. They got nearly a backup for one. This game, he just really wants to have a loss. For each game of the postseason, he just didn't really think he would ever do that. He went down, Amsterdam takes it over. And here's Ellers. Right toward the wing. Go for a chance. Score! Another goal for the Jets. They're on wild this time. Dusty Ivy goes 2-on-1, 2-2, and that goal puts the pathetic. He just gets his star in the playoffs. How do you love that? That's when you need some great start to have out of me too. They're really all over him now. The fans are loving it so far. It is now an 8-6 lead. Mexico with you 6.
You know, that's the timing. I mean, they're already been running the show. What's going on there?
Now Philip Broberg's right toward wing as he sets over Thomas.
Winnipeg!
Got a shot. Stuff by Gilbert. And Bianc will send it on.
His second goal in the playoffs, first goal postseason, scored by number 7, and Lislav Nemsika.
Joseph takes over.
Assisted by number 27, Nikolai Aller.
And now Sandberg takes it over.
And by number 44, Josh Morrissey.
Past the 2-minute mark in the third
Top of the
period.
goal, 17:23 remaining in the third period. Lislav Nemsika, his second goal in the playoffs, assisted by Nikolai Eller and Josh Morrissey at 17:23 in the third of the playoffs.
It's been a pass between those two, but the rival didn't think it was going to happen like that. And it's not a rival, it's just a rival they're doing for.
Well, looks like the Jets don't have any rivals this time. It seemed like that the Jets only do as they play against the Oilers. It's just kind of hard. I mean, you don't seem to carry it for that much. You just gotta believe it.
On a shot, goal post knocked out! And Maloney takes it over playing the bellow. Oh, this was really close afterwards. All the recent years, they just couldn't get over it. That's just another typical emotion that they're trying to get another goal in for the Winnipeg Jets. And now they're ready to take on from another puck trap. They're in the final minute of the third period as Hamsicom and the team are looking for another win.
Winnipeg! Here's first goal in the playoffs, first goal in the postseason, scored by number 91, Cole Perfetti.
1 remaining in the third period.
Assisted by number 27, Nikolai Eller.
As you're off and ready to take the
And
next
by
face-off.
number 7,
37-34 face-off wins. 8-6 Winnipeg.
Top of the goals, 17:33 remaining in the
Now
third
waiting for the
period.
Jets.
Cole Perfetti gets first playoff goal, assisted by
Bianc
Nikolai
sets it
Eller
up, and
and
Sandberg
Vladislav
will clear his own out
Nemsika
here.
at 17:33 in the
Icing
third
on
of
the
the
Jets with only
playoff.
1 minute left in the third. Jets Nation are on their feet here at the Canada's Life Century.
1 minute to play in the third
He
period.
really is showing everything with a big reception as they pull up with a great win. Well, big stars happen with that point. Jet Nation's really a better look here for our passionate. They're for all for anybody that they really kept on coming back. And sometimes we don't see the cover it in there. Velarde is setting a great zone to do it oftenly. I really love the energy, and this Static is just putting in some great takes. And hey, you gotta believe on Colorado Bucky's been like all over the target now. The win for the Jets. And Bianc will clear the zone out of here. For the Hope, Pareko, Cairo, 30 seconds left. Time wasting guy, broke the stick, and you'll now have to get a locker room to replace it. Well, he's stuck right now. I mean, he's got to get out of there, and there's no chance to speed it down. And Connor clears his own. Farrell will get it back. Cairo will now sets the Pareko, and now he finds Holloway. Poked out. Now it's cleared his own. Icing last time on the Jets with 6 seconds left. Last time left in Winnipeg. And a win. Morrissey. Here comes Connor. set a deep shot around the net. It's over. Winnipeg Jets able to get 2 into the series. 8-6 is your final score.
Well, it's going to look at us there.
Yeah, Jets win! Your
He's
final
been
score
looking
of
best score.
Game 2, 8, and the St. Louis Blues 6.
We can't wait to salute our fans, especially to the Jet Nation crew. This is one of the best
Jets
stars
Nation,
ever.
thank you all for joining us for tonight's game. We ask you folks to get on the road carefully and drive safely. Thanks for coming to Canada's Life Century. We'll see you all again soon.
We'll see you next time. Good night. All right, Rogers, thank you so much. Time for 3-star players in the game. Next to come with the first goal, 1 assist, and only 7 hits that he made with a 2-on-1 attack and a motion. Then the second-star player of the game goes out to Kyle Connor with 2 goals and 6 hits. This was a big rush afterwards as he does the same thing like the other side of it too. Makes it snappy and done. And your first-star player is Dylan Sandberg with 2 goals, 2 assists, and 3 hits. This has been indomitable that he made that great assist put it in. Yeah, it's definitely like the true thing is. But all I mentioned it now, they don't really have to worry about it at all. And here's how they did with the total statistics. 95 total shots on goal for the Winnipeg Jets with only 15-20 time on attack. And they only had won 40 faceoffs in a row. No penalty on Winnipeg as they've already been out there clean. And they didn't get the power play goals. They only had 2 minutes on power play minutes. And for the St. Louis Blues, only 130 for the hits here for the St. Louis on the Blues attack. And it was 89% of the passing really well. Only 2-minute penalty kill was on St. Louis. It was kind of like hard enough to know for, but the slash was Yankee. Not going to let a change happening. Well, folks, as you've already been noticing, the day 1 has been complete. Stay tuned for tomorrow's game as you will have the next game, Battle of Ontario, as the Senators rematch against the Leafs. Then the Kings face against the Edmonton Oilers at Crypto.com Arena. And then we've got our next game here, as you'll have, is the Battle of the Florida Showdown, the rematch. And finally, Wilds and Golden Knights at T-Mobile Arena. And I'll conclude Game 2 of day number 2. You ready for this one for tomorrow? Well, you'll enjoy this one once the day is finished. And we'll be back with you soon for the pregame show. In the meantime, we are rolling out of here. Thank you all for watching. Peace out, folks, for a while as the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports Style. This is Test Tube and Son of Beast signing you out. So long in Winnipeg, Canada.
If you don't, somebody will.